International hospitality group Carlson Rezidor has opened its second hotel in Nairobi under the brand Parking by Radisson, targeted at the mid-scale business traveler. I spoke to the general manager of the hotel on their entry into the Kenyan market. Take a look. Let's talk about Parking Radisson, but even before that, we've seen Carlson Rezidor come in very strongly to East Africa in the last 2 years. I mean, opening Nairobi in 2015, Kigali 2016. Now we have Parking by Radisson. Why are you so hungry about this market?
It's not only East Africa or Kenya. I mean, Rezidor in general is very strong in Africa. We are the fastest growing company on the continent. And with this hotel, we're definitely setting a second landmark in Kenya. And we think there's enough potential even for further development for our hotels within the group.
Let's talk about Parking. I mean, coming to Nairobi, what do you bring to the table? Because we are seeing hotels opening in this market about every year. There is a new one at least.
I mean, Parking itself as a brand is new to the market in Kenya. It's a very dynamic, young and vibrant brand. If you look around, I think with this concept there's something new to the market. And looking in general at the market growth also for Kenya, which is set with 5% and more for the economic, I think there's enough potential to have a second hotel in the country.
Yeah, from your communication, I mean, 2 upcoming hotels in the next quarter. Will it be Parking, or will we see another Radisson Blu or any other brand within the Carlson Rezidor basket that is yet to come?
Yes, we will. There's a third development actually on the road at the moment. It's the Radisson Blu apartments on Upper Redom, which is actually between our hotel and the hotel on Upper Hill. And I think this is, everything goes right. It's due to open end of the year or beginning of next year.
You're keen on Nairobi, but how are you balancing? Because we have a Radisson Blu that's almost 2 years old now, and then Parking. In terms of the clients, how do you balance to make sure we have people walking into both facilities, or more depending on how you expand?
I mean, you see, Nairobi is a very, very big city, and Kenya itself is a very big market, you know. Also considering the location of the individual hotels, which plays a major role for the clientele to choose. I think we are strategic, very, very good position now, having one property in Westland, one in the middle between Westland and Upper Hill, and the next one on the Upper Hill. Because most companies are very location orientated, you know.
How do you make sure that the brands do not cross each other? Do you feel like the market could stretch too thin for also other players in the near future? Because it's a very quickly growing market.
No, I don't think so. I mean, especially if you compare Radisson Blu, and there's a big differentiation between the brand Radisson Blu and Park-In. Okay, we have a totally different brand message, both hotels, and also you see it on the clientele. In regards to the, if I understood you right, assumed oversupply of hotels, I still think Nairobi has a lot of room, rooms for many hotels. Especially considering the big convention center in the central business district. Years ago, the government said we have not enough bed supply to hold big conventions in Nairobi. And now, of course, with all these new players coming into the city, we're just supporting actually the tourism and the economic in regards to the convention center to bring maybe also much more big events into Nairobi.
You're bringing in 140 rooms with this facility. Talk to us or define for us the kind of client that would walk into Parking. Who are you targeting?
As I said, Parking is a very young and dynamic, colorful brand. Our brand message is we guarantee happiness, happiness guaranteed, and we bring in color to your life. Okay, I mean, we want to bring a good service to the clients with a big smile and giving them a warm welcome.
Right. How are you leveraging on the tourism part? I mean, in terms of conferencing, Nairobi is emerging very strong as a conference tourism destination in East Africa.
Yeah, as I said, Nairobi has huge potential to be the center of East Africa convention held here in the city, because we have the facilities for this, you know. But of course, to have big convention, you need a hotel supply as well, which was in the past not guaranteed, but it will be in the future.
Let's talk about competition. As I said, it's a very fast-growing market. We had Marriott International coming in with a facility a few weeks ago. Hilton has grand plans for this city. But what's your take on competitiveness in the market and where you fit and how you plan to stay ahead of the park?
As a competition always is healthy, you know, and I still think there's enough, as I said, enough room for new hotels, and so there is no oversupply in the market. And if you see all these new players coming now into play, gives also Nairobi a new touch. And because in the past, the old established hotels also been now forced maybe to reinvest in their properties to bring them up to shape, you know, because you have a lot of new hotels coming with new ideas, new concepts, and a new look.
Any idea where the next parking by Radisson will be, whether outside of Nairobi or into the region?
Yes, the next parking, in Kenya, there is no plan currently, but of course we taking all the options, or our business development department take all the options and leads. But our next parking is going to open in almost 6 weeks in Kigali in Rwanda.